Good morning, this is Farmer John Peterson. It's mid-June 2011 and I want to show you how our crops are doing this season at Angelic Organics. And there's our barns, our farmstead in the background. In the foreground here we have garlic. Just want to give you a close-up here, see if you can make out the little swirls that there they are. There you can see a pattern of swirls. The garlic scapes, which we'll harvest this coming week for our second week of delivery for our shareholders. Over to the left is a field of broccoli. It's mostly harvested. Got about 6,000 heads out of it. We gave, well, 4 to 5 heads to our shareholders in the first delivery box this week. And then beyond that, just to make a note, our new driveway. It's built up 10 inches, ditched, and in fact there's some of the equipment that the road builder was using. Super excited to have a thoroughfare like that down to the farmstead. It also goes back towards the learning center, that driveway, Angelic Organics Learning Center. But now I'm going to take you across this quarter mile here, and you will see our crops. This is our spring cauliflower. Hasn't quite started to head yet. It will soon. We'll probably be giving that in 2 weeks. Our onions, they'll be bulbing soon. Not many weeds, a few. We actually have a no weed policy for many of our fields. And we're not there yet, but we're really close this year. So if you look closely at your screen, you'll see an occasional weed, but you really won't see a proliferation of weeds. We're very happy about that because here's our scallions or green onions, spring onions that we're harvesting now for the boxes. And weeds get in the way of harvest, and they curtail yields, and we just have a policy of minimizing our weeds. And like I say, we've been pretty good at it this year. More onions, celery. Here we have red, orange, and Geauga beets, 4 beds of nice beets. And I want to give you a close-up here of our beets. You can see the bulbs there. These beets are delicious, and many people who normally don't like beets like our beets. I don't quite know why, but it's just something I'm going to note because we hear it over and over. Now here you've got our kale, red and green kale. We'll be able to give that this coming week or the following week. And here's a later planting of the red and green kale. We have celeriac or celery root. You can see a few weeds there in the foreground. And we'll try to have all of these, like I say, these fields that you're looking at weed-free. And that won't take a lot of work for most of them. In fact, some of them are what I consider weed-free now. Here's a bed of herbs, parsley, and I know the other end is lemon balm. I think there's some, I don't know, there's another herb in there, I can't quite remember. Chard, more chard. And now we're in our, what we call our greens fields. This was spinach. We gave, I think, 12 ounces of spinach to each shareholder this week. This was a beautiful crop of spinach. And here's some baby chard. It'll be adolescent chard pretty soon. We'll be putting that in the box. next week. And just to give you a close-up of this chard, there you are. It's really two beautiful beds of chard. Here we've got tatsoi under the row cover, arugula that we harvested. Gave, I think it was about 5 ounces to each shareholder this week. Nice crop of arugula. Now we're getting into our head lettuce field. We've been harvesting from these first 2 beds here. We put 3 heads of lettuce in each box this first delivery this week, and kohlrabi and more head lettuce. Just to give you a close-up of this head lettuce. Quite nice. We plant it every week so that it's right at the right stage to give every week. So you can see it getting smaller as we come across the field. Now we're going past a field of carrots. This is our second seeding of carrots. 2 beds. This is our third seeding of carrots. It'll be coming up soon. It's had a couple of nice rains on it. Should be a really good crop of carrots for fall harvest. More spinach beds. We've been harvesting, well, yesterday we harvested from these 2 beds. Down at the other end we didn't harvest. That'll be next week. Very nice spinach this spring. That's our first seeding of carrots. Should be ready in, I think about 4 weeks. Should be a good crop of our first carrots. I'll give you a close-up of that too, so you can see how they're coming along. Spring turnips, nice crop. We'll start bunching them on Saturday, this coming Saturday. They're on the left side of the row cover, radishes on the right side. We've already harvested over 1,000 bunches of radishes out of this under this cover, and then there's still radishes there. Now comes the corn. We've got 5 fields of sweet corn. Just to give you a sense of the scope of it here, and I'm just going to give you the panoramic view. 5 fields of corn that way and 4 fields of potatoes. So this is our last planting of corn. And we stage it so that every week for 5 weeks, ideally, there'll be sweet corn in people's boxes. And that comes on usually in late July, early August. And then we have it through August. Several ears go into each box. It's a pretty good looking field of corn. You don't see many weeds at all there. Good stand, good color. Now this third field is weedy, and it's too wet to clean them up. But as soon as it dries up, we'll get in and cultivate these weeds, and I think we can pretty much eradicate the weed population in here, as is our policy throughout our fields. And here's our policy for weed control better implemented in our second planting of corn. We look down those rows and you can see that they're pretty clean. Corn is nice and green. Our fertility program is 2 years in cover crops, alfalfa and clover, and then 2 years in vegetables. So we grow a lot of our fertility, and then we apply biodynamic compost to many of our fields each year. We are in the process of seeking organic certification. We believe we've been following the standards for years. We've certainly been committed to growing the crops in as healthy a way as possible. And now we're looking to get certified. And we also practice biodynamic farming methods as outlined by Rudolf Steiner. And in addition, I've been farming my whole life, so I have a lot of practices that I've acquired from my family's traditions of farming. Plus, in my own many years of farming, I've learned things about how to grow crops. Potatoes, growing very fast. They've all been weeded. I know I talk about weeds a lot, but that just happens to be something that I get a bit preoccupied with, growing all these crops, and you really don't see any weeds in these potatoes. Good color. 4 fields of potatoes is about, I think, 8 or 9 varieties of potatoes here. And this is bringing us to the end of our 18 fields. That's out of 30 fields total. You haven't seen the peppers or the tomatoes, the eggplant, the basil, the winter squash, the fall broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cucumbers, zucchini. But this is a nice stretch of crops in a quarter-mile drive, and I just thought I'd show you all these at once, and just be assured that our other crops are about the same quality as these. We're very excited about the season, so thanks for coming on this journey, and maybe I can give you another video of us filling the boxes this week, this first week, and you can see just what went into them and how they look at the end of the line. Signing off.